good family tree, let me know that you're up in the building with me simply by hitting the like button or just leave a comment down below so I know that you guys are locked in and tuned in with me. So we're doing a quick ones. Yeah, I am so happy. NETER TV, salute to you, King. Oh my God, thank you. Yeah, because I've been waiting so long to get some good information in my soul, and you provided. You got Shakka Ahmose, Kemetic, par excellence, orator, teacher, in the building with Vocab Malone. Jeez, Christian apologetic, Hebrew killer. Lord have mercy. Thank you, son. I might have to just send some money your way for that one right there, you know. So let me not even just talk. Let me actually do send. So, anyways, yeah, back to this now. So I was watching this. I don't know if you guys watched it or not. Bro, it was a good dialogue, okay, between the two of them, because I learned so much information just by listening to the two of them. It was incredible. Now, usually in something like this, people always ask like, oh, who won, who won, who won? I don't even think there was a winner as such or a loser as such, in my humble opinion. I do think, though, yeah, Vocab Malone actually held his own, you know. He held his own very, very well. The majority of the points definitely related to Christianity in terms of Shakka's, response or saying something. He was able to combat that extremely well, in my humble opinion. Like, that was fire, absolute fire indeed. Jeez. Now, personally, though, I think that Shakka was right, though. Unfortunately, Vocab Malone is comedically illiterate. And I see that. You know, I think we can all see that. Anybody who knows a little bit of comedic information can clearly see, like, yeah, he doesn't really know comedic stuff like that. He knows some cursory information, but he doesn't really know stuff. I think I caught him saying something like, like image Deo, basically. In the Christian literature, we've been created in the image of God. But you don't have, kind of like you don't have that in your stuff. Let me see if I can get that up actually. Raw turkey up in the building, and I was like, huh? What are you talking about? That's comedic information like 101, to be created in the image of the deity. So I don't know, innit? Like, so to me, yeah, like when Shakka's saying like you don't know and you're trying to relate the comedic paradigm into your own Christian, it doesn't work. It 100% doesn't work. I was like, oh, Shakka, like why are you even allowing that though? I think there was a conversation to do with, hold on, let me just see if I can find this image. Okay, let me see something. Let me see if I can get it. There you go. Okay, cool. Let me play something to you guys. The lens of the Christian church in Africa, but not only there, because... Let me turn down the speed. The speed is too much for people. Cool. Islam, alhamdulillah.
All people are made in the image of God. Genesis 1:26. The imago Dei is something that you and I bear. That's why we can have a rational discourse. Now, I know you're made in the image of God, but brother, you don't have any foundation to think that you're made in the image of God upon your worldview, as far as I understand it. And Lord knows NETER doesn't.
Jeez, it's like, what? Oh my God. Like, what? Nah, that's how I knew you didn't know like comedic information for making that like big blunder right there. That's like number one. Like, why do you think comedics believe that they're gods? Because they believe that they've been created in the image of God, being a god or being a NETER themselves. Lord have mercy. So like, I just saw some blunders. I saw some like ridiculous blunders there. And then it was Shakka acquiescing to this question. What was the question to do with sin? Hold on, let me see if I
I
can.
prefer to use the term eternal conscious torment as a definite.
We're gonna get to
that
that.
includes the ordinary
process. If you pastor,
No.
okay, to that, right?
Let's start this conversation.
Yeah.
Here we go,
So
here we
do you
go.
believe in the concept of sin? And if so, how's it atoned for?
Okay. I do believe in the concept of sin.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Hey, when I hear a comedic person say I believe, yeah, I'm like, that's Isfet 101. Like, you can't say I believe. That's comedics don't believe. Like, when have you heard a comedic saying they believe? I don't get it, man. Shakka, I love you, but I don't get that, man. And I'm saying, and you're saying I believe in the concept of sin, broski, broski. No, 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 no. Comedic 101, yeah? There is no concept of sin in Kemet. Yeah? And then the concept of sin from a Christian standpoint is, the fall of man, Adam, and original sin, and all these things here. That is alien, absolute foreign to Kemetic philosophy. So it's like, to me, why are you even like jumping into that paradigm and that lane for it? Don't make no sense. That's not your worldview. Like, I could go into Greek philosophy or Chinese philosophy and I could tell you certain things, that might be prevalent in like Islam or Judaism. Like, those themes are not in, Chinese philosophy or Greek philosophy. So it's like, why are you even allowing that to? Anyways, it's not my business, to be honest with you. Yeah, but those are the little things I had problems with. The 10 Commandments one, it's like, brother, brother. I think my brother Shakka was able to bring up like 4 commandments, maybe 4 to 5. It's like, we have to be very careful. Yeah, anybody making the claim that one group of people plagiarized from another group of people or copied this from another group of people, it's like, bro, no. I don't need the Bible, for example, yeah, to tell my children, yeah, do not steal. I don't need a Bible or a book or a scripture to tell a person like don't murder or don't kill anybody or anything like that. You don't need that. These are like basic things that human beings could like conceive themselves without it coming from another person's culture. And then as well, you haven't even done the historical analysis to even say like this is when it happened and like nah, it don't make no sense. They're two different genres. One is negative statements, like, negative confessions or negative acts, like, I have not done such and such. And the other one is prescriptions, i.e. commandments. Somebody else is telling you do not do something. It's two different genres of literature in the first place. How you even come into that? Then, nah, man. If you deal with Kemetic philosophy, we need to come better. We definitely need to come better. Because when I see the arguments, yeah, I'm like, listen, broski, don't number me, don't number me with everybody else, because I can't stick up for what everybody else is teaching or preaching when it comes to Kemet. And that's why I always say to you guys, now I don't deal with the Kemetic religion. I deal with Kemetic philosophy. I like the way they think. Okay? And I'm true to the word. I'm like a Kemetic Salafist. Show me that in the literature. Show me what the ancestors actually said. Give me what the Salaf Saleh said. them ways there, the Saleh, whatever it's called. Show me that, fam, because you lot are not making any sense to me from a Kemetic point of view. It don't make no sense. But anyways, that was my little quick ones. I enjoyed the conversation on Sunday TV. If you haven't checked it out, go on there. It's about 2 hours long. Of course, I would always tell you guys to watch everything in double speed. Or if you haven't sped up your mind for double speed, go watch it in 1.5. Great conversation. Absolutely great conversation, to be honest with you. All right, Family Tree, I'm here now to actually dialogue with you guys. So what you guys saying? Matthew Cascio up in the building. Peace. Okay, we've got my Turkish brother up in the building as well. And then we've got Mateus as well. What's good? Yeah, man, talk to me, Family Tree. Let me know what's good with everybody. Before I do come off, I just wanted to big up that particular debate on Sunday TV, and I tell you guys to go and watch that. That actually stimulated me to actually read. They were bringing up things to do with the codexes, and it was a new form of technology or media technology, basically, being able to bring to have, back in the day, they used to use scrolls. So now being able to put it into a book format means that you can have something that is portable and you can take anywhere you want to. Like, it completely changed the dynamics. It's almost like it is, when you're making it democratic, it's almost like, yeah, democratically, like you're giving it something to the people where they can self-govern. Like, it was so sick, getting that information, things I already knew before, but it was really good again, like to do with the logos, the memra, from the Aramaic or the Hebrew perspective, like really good stuff. Neoplatonism, like bringing up, like Shakka, he goes in. I can't lie, he does go in. But at times I'm like, it's irrelevant information, but it's very pertinent because it's great learning tools. Like, it might not even be, I don't know, because I caught him going off on one where there was no need to go off on one. But like, it was good that you went off on one because we got to learn something. Them ways there. Yeah. But yeah, family, like drop some like comments, man, comments, questions, anything like that. I would really like to be interactive with you guys whilst I am here. Whilst I'm here, I would love to be interactive with you guys. Jeez. I need to do some shows though. I really do need to do some shows. I want to do some comedic shows, to be honest with you. Like, I need that in my soul right now. Like, that's why I was so happy about the Shakka Ahmose one, because I need some comedic stuff pumping through my veins, please. And of course, we do have Abyssinian Islam. I've actually been working on some notes, though. It's only notes. I really need to make sure that, the Abyssinian Islam website has loads of articles on there. I've been working on a few articles as well, I've been working on, let me see, I'll tell you what I've been working on. I've been working on the early Quranic surahs, the early layers, or the early supposed layers within inside of the Quran. So that means you have the early Meccan surahs, depending on which grouping system you go into. Like, you have, anyways, let me not even go into too much details, but it was two of them that I had to translate myself, which was Quran Surah 105 and then Quran Surah 106. And those were two powerful chapters to kind of see where, like, what the story, like what the Quran says versus what the translation says are two different things. Versus what the exegesis says are two different things. Versus what the believers say are two different things. And it's like, wow. And a person like me is like, I don't even need to go through academia to see that there's something wrong with all of this here. But it's like, I don't understand how nobody else doesn't see it. Obviously, academics, they've noticed it, and they go through it, and they really are critical about certain things. And it's like, but how is nobody else clocking? It's like, it don't make no sense. But it does make sense because I get it. The hive mind, slave mentality, it is what it is. It is what it is, right? So I was doing that to do with early Meccan surahs. I found a nice textbook, because a lot of people have been messaging me, just be like, oh, certain things. I'm like, okay, cool. Where can I point you guys in a direction where it's an easy to learn academic literature, like textbook? Because for me, if I want to learn Christianity from like university, like I will go and see, oh, biblical studies, this is the textbook that you need to read. Like, that's the premier textbook. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me find like a good textbook that's simple for my audience to actually learn from. Because when I hear certain people ask me questions here, I'm like, I'm not answering that question, because no question is a dumb question. But for me, the way I view myself or believe, I'm teaching on a higher level. What I'm talking about is on a higher level. So when you don't even have the basics, I'm not going back to like grade 1 to teach you guys the basics. It's to me, it's redundant. Yeah, That's just going back in time too much. So, anyways, yeah, I've got one. Emergence of Islam. Emergence of Islam. Yeah, that's what it's called. Emergence of Islam by Gabriel Said Reynolds. I want to actually post on my community post. I'm going to post it up. And I think that should be a good textbook for everybody who's interested in this subject to actually read. Have I read it myself? No, not really. I just read a few pages and I was like, yeah, from what I'm reading so far, this is easy. Like, this is basic information that what scholarship is on, like, and I don't need to go back and forth with people. If you haven't read this, then there's no point of me and you dialoguing, basically. So yeah. Let me quickly go through some of these comments. My Havifa is acting up. Have you thought about the Christian connection to Islam in regards to the acts of worship? Like the Salah prayer has a triple nature that could be indicated in the Trinity. The prayer has three positions. Yeah, like, as I've said it 100 times over, like Islam is just it's a copied. I don't even want to do that though. Let's put it like this. When what people believe Islam was, the origins of it, it would be completely indistinguishable from Christianity because it was a form of Christianity, okay? It's just later on with all of the politics, then that's when things begin to change. So you're right. In terms of the praxeology, so the practices, Salah, prayer, Salah itself is a Christian, or not even Christian, but let's just say you just look for the word Salah inside of Syriac Christianity or Ethiopian Christianity, and then you will see. Look at the prayer and the practices inside of those things, and you will see like all of the practices that Islam has, it stems from Christianity. Simple, 100% simple. We don't even need to complicate it. Did you catch when Shakka said Islam was made by Jews at Sora Academy in Iraq? Yeah, I can't. Like, I know, Kwame, I believe you believe that too, yeah, but no, I don't. I personally don't. I don't think so at all. Because he's getting his stuff from, I think it's like certain Orientalists. I'm trying to remember who comes with that. I can't remember who comes with that. But no. I would say that the later stages of Islam is definitely stemming from, so let me say like Abbasid period of Islam. So from 750 onwards, it is heavily coming from those regions. So yes, but the time period I'm really talking about, yeah, no, it predates that. But still, anyways, let me continue. And the prayer in Islam has the worshippers say three glorifications in the bowing, prostration. Each position, the worshipper says glory to God 3 times. Yep, definitely. Nah, this room, yeah, has too much going on. My hay fever is acting wild. Wild. Here we go. Easy. Have you seen Polite Debate with Imam Bashir? It's an older video, but really good. Listen, Polite smoked Imam Bashir. Absolutely smoked him. Crazy. Did you catch Shakka saying was replaced by laws in Proverbs? That was exactly. Shakka was dropping some crazy good information on there. But it's one of those ones where the normal Christian man doesn't know this information, but someone like Vocab Malone that has studied, he knows this stuff already. And it's like, yeah, Christianity, it knows this stuff already. And it's like, it's just us, the laymen who may not know this stuff, that a lot of Proverbs is a borrowing from that. Even Psalms as well. There's a lot of borrowing from Proverbs and Psalms into, Kemetic literature into the Psalms and the Proverbs literature. to be honest with you, like this is why I'm like, I always think to myself, like, you don't make the wrong argument to say that Kemet, Christianity copied from Kemet or anything like that. I think like that, that's the wrong argument. Go back to Judaism, yeah? Go back to Judaism, yeah? Or what people believe Judaism was. Go back to the material culture, and then you will understand why there is so much perceived similarities with inside of Christianity or with inside of biblical literature. Like you would just see is like, to me, I've always said it. Judaism is just another one of another Kemetic cult. Like your landmass, i.e., Canaan or wherever the case is, was part of Kemetic territory. It was part of the Kemetic Empire. So whatever you started, you believe you started, you started it with inside of the Kemetic Empire. Go back and look at the material culture. You will see the symbols of Ra, Khepera, all of the symbols like from their, the government themselves, the political parties. We're talking about the kings, the royal, the monarchs. It's all like adorned with inside of Kemetic hieroglyphs and symbologies. So it's like, this is like common for me. I just thought to myself, like, this stuff is common knowledge. I thought it was common knowledge. Obviously, I don't think it's common knowledge amongst the believers. But in terms of those of us who are more like studious and academic and learn stuff, it's like, yeah, we know this already, man. We know this. We know this. Debunking vocab, point by point, whole teaching on a whole other subject matter. I thought that was phenomenal. Yeah, he did so well. Shakka, Ahmose, and Vocab supposed to debate again, I think, tonight or tomorrow. So, oh my God. Listen. I am putting money down for that. I'm putting money down for it. That was the best form of educational entertainment I've had in a long time. Okay, I studied Arabic 6 years in uni, and I found the dishonesty in Quran translations 100%. For example, the Quran actually says Jesus was killed and raised, and those who believe that are superior, Quran 355. You are 100% correct. 100% correct. Because what you have to realize is the Quranic translators, they come from the traditionalist schools, i.e. the schools of hadith literature and exegesis. So their lens is not shaped by what the literature actually says. Their lens is not even shaped by what the historical information and the cultural context says. Their lens is shaped by fabricated stories or stories that was invented to explain the Quran in the first place. That's kind of like where their lens are. So it's like you will never get a fair or good translation from Muslim translators who are translating it from a religious point of view. I'm not saying a person can't be Muslim and be objective and translate the Quran. I'm just saying that there isn't an objective Quranic translation by Muslims done, unfortunately, or critical version of the Quran translation done. Yeah, you'll find a lot of things in there that you're like, huh? Hold on, the Quran is saying something completely different than what you're saying, but yeah, I think that's what's going on right now with the whole Islamic dilemma. The Quran, basically tells you to go back to the Bible to verify, if you're in doubt, to verify whatever, blah, 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 blah. But then Muslims today will say, no, the Bible is corrupted. It's like, shut up. You just need a slap. You actually need a slap because you're not using your own mind to think and read. You're not a critical thinker. And that's why for me, my channel, I'm not here to convert anybody. It's a waste of time. Because if I haven't got you to think and to think critically, it doesn't even matter if I convert you. I can convert you to, let's say, for example, Judaism. The very next day, you may go to Buddhism. The next day, you may go to Hinduism. The next day, you may go into voodooism. It don't matter, because once you don't have a critical mind, you can fall for anything, to be honest with you. Let's see. Shakka Ahmose was the first I heard said that the Septuagint was written in Alexandrian hold up in academia. Yep. Shakka Ahmose was also the first to say Islam was created by Jews in Iraq, and that stance is holding. Nope. I don't. No way. I don't know. I don't say that. The Quran created by Jews in Iraq. Nope. I don't know who's saying that in academia today. That is a wild statement, to be honest with you. Vocab embarrassed himself, saying the Bible have no Greek philosophy. When he said that, broski. Like, I heard him with the point talking about the Memra, and that was a fair point to say that it was already within side of Jewish thought. But the question is, what influenced the Jewish thought? That's another story for another day. And yes, no, the Logos was 100%. Even though you can find this antecedents within inside of Jewish thought, it was definitely from Greek philosophy. And that's why I'm down with the Logos. Like, I'm down. When you don't want to say, Jesus is the Logos, I'm not cool. That's fine. I'm down with that. But if you want to say that was like, for example, for me, I read older literature. So Enoch was one of the first ones who was the incarnated word. I'm down with it. I'm down for that philosophy. But certain people, they want to use it to have a monopoly. But that's a story for another day. Anyways, Lord Abba want to debate me. I don't even know what Lord Abba would want to debate me on. I don't know. Ask him what does he want to debate me on. I don't mind stepping in the ring. I need somebody serious to step in the ring with me anyway. Let's see. Was there a Kemetic nature to the original Islamic Christianity? God damn. Was there a Kemetic nature to the original Islamic Christianity? It's all dependent on how you want to define Kemet. And I would start off by saying no. No. But it's all depending on how you want to actually define Kemet. So let me know what you mean by that question. Because original Islamic Christianity. Okay, so the original Islam, which was Christianity, was there a Kemetic nature or influence to it? No, I don't think so. I think Kemet had almost, if not had practically died out by that time period. By the 6th, 7th century, especially in Arabia, that had died out. Not to say there isn't pockets of groups, with it, unless you want to classify, the Neoplatonisms and, the philosophical writings that the Ethiopians had, such as the book of that's me that's like me clutching at straws, like just to try to there isn't nothing Kemetic within inside of there's nothing Kemetic like that. Somebody might say, yeah, but certain there's nothing. You can clutch at straws to say something, but in reality there's nothing Kemetic about Islam at all. 100%. 7 October was good. Is it bad for you or mine to be too critical? Let's say fever. Is it bad for your mind to be too critical? I think with inside of reason, like if you want to criticize, is this really water that I'm drinking? Like that might just put you in some crazy state. Am I really standing on the ground? How do I know? Like, are you investigating everything in your life? No. But if you choose to, yeah. All right, I literally have to go in a minute, less than a minute. Let me just read your comments out quickly though. Callum, you're an excellent teacher on Islam. You opened my eyes on the Shahada I took for debating Islamic scholars, by far the best on Islam. Hey, love. Lord Abba, I want to debate you on a series on Islamic Kemetic connections in the Arabic language, I guess. Nah, fuck off, man. Oh, sugar. Sorry about that. Nah, bro. Like anything, there's nothing Kemetic about Islam. There's nothing Kemetic about Islam. Let me not even go there. I won't even waste my time on that. Or maybe Ethiopic Islamic connection. He was adamant about debating you. Okay, if it's to do with the whole Abyssinian Islam stuff that I've been putting forward, 100%, I'm down to have a dialogue with him on that. But I doubt that anybody has actually done the relevant research on those particular topics to have like a fruitful discussion or debate with me. Anyways, drop some comments in the comment section because I'm going to be back a little bit later on. I just need to get back to work. And I'll catch you guys in a little while. Peace and love.